Hi guys, it's Luton here. Now, okay, this is my third video with stills, but don't click off, wait, this is really important, okay, this is actually a really important one. What we're talking about today is the field upgrades, and that's basically the bar that gives you the specializations. Why is it important today? Okay, well let me explain to you how this is going to work. Basically what they have said so far, like I said in the other video with the specializations field upgrades, the way it's going to work, alright, you have two universals which run across the classes, okay, so offensive, defensive, and then you have your two other specialization upgrades which go, you know, you can choose them specifically for each class. That's not additionally, that's either or, so you can choose either offensive, defensive, or one of the two for each class, alright. Now, there is also going to be a third universal, alright, there's going to be 3 universal field upgrade specializations. The third one is not been decided yet. Why hasn't it been decided yet? Because DICE are taking a vote from the community on which that is going to be. And that's what we're going to talk about today, and I'm going to show you and run through it. So it's really, really important. Once you've watched this video, or if you just want to go and check it out, I'll put the link below and you can go and do that. However, please let this video finish so that I can explain it so that you can make an informed choice about what you want to vote for. Voting is going to close, I believe, on the 22nd of August, so you've only got a couple of days. You need to get over there, make your decision, get your vote in as to what you want it to be. Now I'm going to run through a little bit of theory about this. So first of all, let me just run through this little bit of text right here, and it'll give you a little bit of a sort of an understanding explanation about where we are before we actually get into what those specializations are going to be and how they work. Also, I want to kind of explain, some people are a little bit confused about how these kind of things work. Now, basically the field upgrades, instead of having a specialization now, like what you used to do before, you'd pick like ammo or whatever, or squad ammo, etc. You don't get to choose or specify how it's going to be. What you do is you choose one of your field upgrade trees, alright, and then it goes through the list basically depending on how your squad performs. So if your squad does well and you keep everybody alive, then you're going to do well with the upgrades. If you keep wiping all the time and everybody gets killed, you're not going to do very well, okay. The other thing that people are getting a bit confused about is, you know, going, oh well there must be a customizable one. No, there is no customizable ones, alright, so you're not going to be able to pick and choose which ones you want to choose or whatever, alright. They're set, okay. You're going to have 3 universals set. You're going to have 2 specialization upgrades as well that are set per class, alright. So in total you're going to have 8 blah blah blah, you're going to have 11 complete, alright. So you're going to have 11 to choose from, and those are set. You won't be able to alter them, you won't be able to swap them out, you won't be able to take the one at the end and move it to the front, alright. They're just set, they are what they are and you have to choose them. Right, let's go through this text real quick, right, what they say. So DICE say, the focus on specifically squad related actions means that the biggest rewards come from sticking with your squad and being a great team player. However, if your entire squad is wiped out, you will lose some of your progress in the upgrade path. Finally, Lone Wolves can still benefit from the base specialization since it's always unlocked and available. Each of the player kits, Engineer, Recon, Assault and Support have 4 upgrade careers to choose between them. 2 of these are global and usable for any kit, one of them focusing on offense, one on defense. Offensive starts with sprint, then you go to ammo, more grenades and reduced fall. These give your characters and they explain what those are, we know what those are. The defense path goes armor, cover, flak and quick regen. Again, self-explanatory there. Besides the 2 universal offense and defensive upgrade careers, you will also be able to choose between 2 upgrade paths that are unique to your class and allow an increased specialization in specific combat roles. So while the assault kit has the unique combat medic and grenadier upgrade paths, engineer can choose between specializing in the roles of either mechanic or anti-tank soldier. The first of these is about repairing vehicles, obviously, the latter deals with taking out enemy armor. While the path you choose will allow for different types of roles on the battlefield, you're never stuck with your first choice for the rest of the round. Whenever you wish, you can simply reselect. Doing this will never set back your current level of progress, so if you're currently at level 3 out of 4, you will keep that level and have it applied even if you change kit or upgrade path from the customization screen. Should you choose to leave a squad without entering a new squad, your current progress will be saved, so if you later in the same round join a new squad, you won't have to start from scratch. It says we have greatly increased the number of unique specializations from about 7 to 25. We've explained that already. So right, let's go on to the next piece of information, and this is where it gets really, really important, okay? It's about voting to get your favorite path included in Battlefield 4. So I'm just going to read this and then we can go through it a little bit. So it says, now that you know a bit more about field upgrades and upgrade career paths, what would you like to see in Battlefield 4 when it launches? We still have the possibility to add 1 additional universal upgrade career based on your feedback. Below we have 4 different types of universal upgrade careers dependent on your preferred style of play and what combat role you want to explore. Vote for your favourite in the poll and we'll make sure it makes it into the game as the third and final universal career upgrade path. Vote now. Okay, so once you watch this video, guys, go and vote. It's extremely important. Community Career Path 1, Shockwave. Specialization goes ammo, extra armor, that's the plate armor, 1 to the chest, grenades, and then extra suppression. It says this is the career for players who want to wreak havoc at front lines, built to promote offensive play and gung-ho attitude. You'll need all the extra ammo you can get. Armor gives you that increased protection. That means you could walk away from chance encounters at 0 range when rounding a corner. Not sure people are going to like the sound of that. While an added grenade lets you clear out enemy camps more freely. Lastly, that extra suppression boost comes in handy when you find you've run into a hornet's nest. Okay, going on to the second one, Survivor. Specializations are reduced fall first, then ammo, quick regen, and cover. Fortune favours the brave, or in the case of Survivor Career, Fortune favours players who have bolstered their survival capabilities by picking the right specializations. Reduced fall means you can jump off rooftops when enemies are blasting an RPG. I'd like to see how big of a building you can jump off. Extra ammo always helps when you're trying to shoot yourself out of a pinch. Quick regen means you only need a short period of time before your soldier starts to auto heal, while cover effectively means enemy suppression will not have as much effect. Okay, great. Okay, Shadow. Now I'm going to get to why I'm not so sure this is the best one, because this is the leading contender at the moment, but we'll get to that in a minute. Specializations: quick unspot, sprint, reduced fall, and stealth. Inspired by the fabled Shadow Warriors of the Orient, the Shadow Career grants you the mystical powers you need to infiltrate enemy territory without being seen. Not really, but it grants you some perks that are accumulated will give you an edge when going behind enemy lines. Quick unspot means you disappear more quickly from enemy radars when you've been spotted. Sprint lets you move more quickly, reduce fall, jump from buildings. Stealth grants you the ability to remain undetected when passing within range of enemy motion sensors. Career Path 4, Hunter. Specializations: advanced spot, sprint, ammo, and grenades. So you want to be a big game hunter? Advanced Spot grants you the ability to have targets spotted for extended periods of time. They can run, but they cannot hide. While they're carrying behind cover thinking that they've escaped detection, sprint up to them, use your extra ammo, and then grenade to flush them out. I like how they've linked the things together. Sometimes playing Battlefield is almost too easy. Yeah, I think, literally. And there you have them, your choice of 4 custom created community upgrade paths to choose between. Vote for your favourite and we'll include the winner in the final game. Remember to cast your vote no later than August 22nd so we can implement the necessary changes in time for launch. And here we see the final thing. This is the results currently as of 1 AM GMT on Saturday 17th of August. 38% Shadow, you can see there, 24% Shockwave, quite far behind, so it's a good, what's that? It's about 2,000 votes behind, so it's quite heavy. Basically, the middle two are fairly close, but then it jumps ahead, and Survivor way down at the bottom there. Okay, so let's just really quickly run over what I think about these and perhaps which one I'm going to go with. So we'll start off with the first one, Shockwave. Now it says it's a career for players who want to wreak havoc at the front lines. It gives you extra ammo straight off the bat, gives you that extra armor plate, grenades, and then suppression. And you know, it really does, it probably will do pretty much what it says on the tin. Unfortunately, it's the second in contention. It's 2,000 votes behind Shadow right now, so it's really kind of far back there. I do actually think that this, of all, is probably going to be the most positive one. Why? From my opinion, Dasco has kind of mentioned about how when we were talking this week, he was mentioning about how with the new squads that perhaps people are going to be even more tentative about moving forward, taking the damage, not getting in the mix. In my opinion, it's something that I already regularly see as a real problem, is people sort of too scared to engage the enemy, too scared to move up and get in the mix. And this for me seems like a really good sort of class for that reason. It's a great one for sort of moving up, getting that kind of intense action gameplay. And Battlefield has always been about the sort of brutal battles, the real full-on engagements, everything's kicking off. And so I really, really like the idea of that. You can imagine people just charging forward and they got it going on there. So that's for me, I quite like that one. Survivor, reduced fall, ammo, quick regen, and cover. It's just a bit of bit of a pussy class, really, isn't it? You're just kind of like, yeah, you know, you jump off a wall and like, oh, I need reduced fall because I might get hurt, and then like ammo because you're just sort of fear spraying everywhere, like, oh, there's a guy down, and then quick regen, yeah, you take some damage because you're not paying attention, and then you run into cover as well. I don't know, there's a pretty good reason why that one is sitting right on the bottom right now, because let's face it, it's just really not a contender. Shadow, now this is the top runner at the Mo. I can totally see why it's the top runner. I'm not going to lie, I think there's a 50-50 case for it, I really do. I can see why it's a real positive thing. On the other hand, I don't necessarily like the idea of it. I'll explain. In my mind, like the way I would use this, okay, is actually pretty positive. The reason, okay, there's many situations where you need to get past your enemy in order to set up some kind of rear position, outflank them, etc. So from my tactical point of view, it's actually pretty good. It might allow people to kind of infiltrate and then set up a rear position so that you can kind of spring forward and attack from different places, okay? However, that is not the reason why I think it's doing really well. The reason why I think it's doing really well is because people are imagining themselves as like ghosting ninjas that are going to go around all silence weapons like special forces, and they're going to like ghost everyone, silences everywhere, and they're just going to be coming out of they'll jump out of the shadows and knife people. That's how people are imagining it, okay? They're not imagining it from, maybe that's fine, you know, maybe that's how people want to play it, but from my point of view, I'm just like, so I'm kind of 50-50. Like, if this gets in the game, I'll be able to personally use it, I think, in a pretty constructive way to, you know, succeed at objectives. But meanwhile, there'll be sort of, you know, people dancing around thinking they're ninjas going for the knife, and you just turn around and be like, oh, look at you there. Bang, 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 sort of double tap pistol to the chest. So yeah, not so, I don't know. It's fine. If that one gets in, it's fine, but it's definitely maybe my second choice, I think. Hunter, advanced spot, sprint, ammo, and grenades. Again, this is like a meh sort of one for me, really. It's like, it's okay, but you know, it's like, it doesn't really sort of get me excited, you know. It's like what you spot a little bit better, and then you run up to them, and it's a kind of all around. It's like a mid-range, sort of middle of the road class. Doesn't really get me excited. So for me personally, the two options there, Shockwave and Shadow. Between the two, it really just depends how you're feeling on the day. I could really call it either way between those two ones, I think. Like I say, there are other ways to sort of look at this as well, is, you know, are we shaping the way the game's going to play out? So for example, what we choose here is it's a pretty good impression of what the community wants. It's a pretty good impression of how the game is going to go down. It's a pretty good impression of how people are going to play the game as well. So that could be worrying or exciting depending on your point of view. But as I say, guys, the most important thing of all is just to go and vote, alright? Just put your opinion forward. I've given you my sort of thoughts on this, but it's about what you want. Read through this, think about the way you want the game to play, go and put your vote down. You've only got a couple of days to do it, so please go and do it. As I say, the link's below, go check it out. So that's all there is on this one today, guys. Any more information for Battlefield 4 we'll have coming up very soon. Probably break down a couple of more bits and pieces, but obviously Gamescom is right around the corner. Gonna have some more stuff going there. I'll be talking to the guys that are out there, and no doubt we'll have plenty of information. I'm sure that I'll be doing a roundtable with the guys who have gone out there when they get back, so again, we'll have plenty more conversations to be had there. So thanks for watching today, guys. If you enjoyed, as always, drop a little like, and I'll see you next time for some more Battlefield 4 news, information, and updates. This is Luton. I'll see you next time.